Sharonda Williams Pairweight. How are all of you doing today?
I'm doing so good. Y'all keep reminding me it's the weekend, so I'm feeling even better.
I know. I felt bad because I got real excited. Like, it's the weekend. I'm like, but But I want to thank all of you for talking with me today. You guys are so fantastic in this film. I was just like, look at them slaying just from the looks and everything you were doing. I just want to tell you, you did a fantastic job. But my first question I wanted to ask you is, one of the things that really stood out to me is when, Fred Hampton, when he says, I am a revolutionary. And I think from when I first watched the trailer to when the movie ended, that phrase took a deeper meaning for me. And so I wanted to ask all of you, and Dominique, we can start with you, how has that phrase, like, what does I am a revolutionary mean to you? And did it take a deeper meaning after you were done filming?
It absolutely took a deeper meaning. I think it's hard not to feel that when you're sitting in the weight of right in the middle of this story, and you begin to understand and to learn every day just how amazing and how incredible this man, Chairman Fred, and also the Panthers were. I think the meaning that it had for me by the time we were done was based more so on how little, I guess, or how little power I gave to individual effort or impact, or the how much one person can change or add to the change. I think I really started to see and understand that it takes the power of an individual to really have that self-agreement and to decide that this is the way that they're going to lead their individual life in order for the collective to have true steady power. And so I think that is really what I was left with. When I hear I am a revolutionary, it really is I. It takes the I in order for the we to succeed.
Yeah.
Giving us a word. Okay, Darrell, let's follow that up.
Just to piggyback from me, it's when he says that you can kill a revolutionary, but you can't kill a revolution. Yeah. So like you can kill me, but you will not stop what I have started. Yeah. And that is what Chairman was saying, is that like, yeah, you can kill me, but this is not going to go away. We are going to be here. You're going to continue this fight, and people will continue my fight for me. So every time I hear that I am a revolutionary part, I'm taken back to the part about you can kill a revolutionary, but you cannot kill a revolution, because it's something that cannot, like this moment, we are here in this moment speaking about Chairman, because he was taken away from us 50 something years ago, but we're now here speaking, having this moment about him and being able to educate more people about him and what he stood for. And that's the continuing legacy of the Panther Party and what Chairman is talking about. So the revolution continues on, and we're going to keep fighting for it.
Yeah, Dom, your answer was crazy. Well, I feel like that just hit me, but I feel like, while I was on set, there was this kind of struggle that I had mentally because that statement right there, I am a revolutionary, it keeps ringing out. And then I just had this thing where I just felt like I wasn't doing enough as a person with the things that I say that I believe and that I stand for. So I kind of went through this mental mental roller coaster while filming. But I had to realize that we are being our revolutionary selves and doing this with our art and sacrificing, and not just going to do any type of movie just because of the money or whatever the movie may be. We're doing movies that educate our culture, and that is revolutionary because now we're part of the history. Now, what they've wiped away from our history books, now we are part of telling it with this film and with many more things that we will go on to do. And so I feel like, sheesh, Dom, I keep thinking about what you said. It's so crazy, but it's just real. Like it has to start with you, right. And it's such a big thing. Like being a leader is so crazy because you're not. That's one thing me and a lot of our castmates talk about a lot, is just the sacrifice of your own life, because knowing that other people are watching, other people are depending on you, and so it's like I have to sacrifice certain things because I know that I influence a certain people. And that's deep as a leader, and that takes a lot of guts to do as any person.
No, exactly. See, This is just a lot because Darrell, I like that, and I like that you all bring up legacy, right? Because we're not taught our history in schools. You know, this is trying to be forgotten in school, in life. And I really wanted to ask you, and Darrell, we can start with you. What do you want this new legacy, redefining Fred Hampton's legacy? You know, what do you want people to get out of Judas and the Black Messiah? What do you want the message to be for the audiences watching this film?
I think I spoke earlier today about age, and because he was 21.
Yes.
You know, Bobby was 23. Jake Winters is 8. These are their children. You know, but they're grown. You know, but I want to sort of empower the next generation, because I think we get so caught up on age, like, well, you're not old enough to, you know, to do this, but you can't. But you know, so it's sort of like you're old enough. You know, you be 18 to vote, right? You be 18 to vote. So you 18 to vote, that means you old enough to change the world, right? But I think a lot of Black men and women, young Black kids, are told that, you know, we can only be so big, right? Because I have this thing where I speak a lot about, I feel like as Black people, we are told to leave our crowns at home, right? Because once we walk outside, people are afraid of how great we are. So try not to be so great in front of other people, because you're going to scare them. And I hope that this movie empowers every young girl and young boy to keep their crowns on their head all day, every step they take through life. Because just because you are, you know, you can do something I know this is going on a bit of a tangent, but I was talking about this thing with Simone Biles where she can do a trick that nobody else can do. So there was a governing body that said, well, you can't do that trick. You know, you can't do this routine. It's like, why? Just because I can do it and nobody else can do it, why are you trying to suppress me? You know? So she's being told to leave her crown at home. And it's like, nah, wear that crown everywhere you go, because you are royalty, and never forget that, and never let anybody tell you otherwise.
You know what? Thank you guys for blessing me with this conversation, this word. I really appreciate all of you. And I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sharon, for your time. Have a great weekend.
All right.